Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Keeping It Between Us by Fenners. And here are the rules. Place the digits 1 through 9 in each row, column, and 9 cell region you construct. So we're going to have chaos construction rules here, where we construct regions which are all, usually it's all orthogonally connected. Does it say there? It does not say. Okay. Well, it does. It says further here. Um, I would prefer if you had chaos, if chaos constructions rule set was in the beginning, because then you know immediately it's a chaos construction rule set. But I think this works also. Well, let's continue on. We have yin yang, where we shade some cells such that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected and all unshaded cells are orthogonally connected. Additionally, no 2x2 area of cells can be fully shaded or unshaded. So, as an example of a yin-yang shading, we could have something like this. This would be unshaded, and the blue for me is usually shaded. And this works because we have all of the cells in the shaded part are orthogonally connected, which means it shares an edge that connects it to all the rest of the shaded cells, and all the unshaded cells are orthogonally connected, which means that it shares an edge to all the other cells that are unshaded. And no 2x2 area in this grid can be fully shaded or unshaded. And if you check, you'll see that that's the case, right? And that's yin-yang shading. Digits on the line. So we also have between lines, where digits on the lines between bulbs must be strictly in between the digits in the bulbs. So this is why it's keeping it between us, because we're keeping the digits on the line, on the between lines, in between the digits that are in the bulbs. So for example, you could have something like 2, 5, and 6, and this could be 7, and this could be 1. Because all three of these digits must be between 1 and 7, which are the digits in between that the bulbs are. And that's the between lines rule set. And finally, we have the chaos construction rule set, where bulbs on the same between line share the same yin-yang orientation, both shaded or both are unshaded. A digit in a bulb indicates how many cells of the same shading orientation it can see in its row and column, including itself. So as an example, okay, so this doesn't work because the bulbs for this between line are from different yin-yang orientations, and we know that that's not allowed. They have to be of the same same yin-yang shading, essentially. Same here. These have to be the same. And these have to be the same as each other. These are the same as each other, etc., etc. Well, but let's use this as an example. This cell, how many cells can it see? So it cannot see past the shading of the opposite orientation. Okay, so that's another important thing. So this digit in a bulb indicates how many cells of the same shading orientation it can see in its rows and columns. And it's blocked by cells of the opposite orientation. So this cell would see itself, and it would see these cells here. Therefore, we would know that this would have to be 8 if that were the case. But, and this cell would see 8 also in this shading, but this would also see 8 cells, or 8 cells in the same shading. This would see 8 cells because it sees 8 here. This is problematic. This would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it would have to be the digit 16, which is not allowed. So this shading doesn't work that way but technically the number in the cell would have to be 16 if that were the case. Okay. And then on top of that, this is where the chaos construction part comes in. From the yin-yang shading, construct 9 9-cell regions. Each region must be either fully shaded or fully unshaded. So the regions that we come up with have to be all either shaded or all unshaded. So you could have, for example, a region like this, right? And then you could have a region like that, and then a region like that, and then a region like that. But every region has to be either fully shaded or fully unshaded. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So since we know each bulb counts the number of the same shading as it does in each row and each column, and all these shaded cells and all the unshaded cells are orthogonally connected to each other. You can never have a 1 on the bulbs. So all the bulbs cannot be 1. They have to be 2 or greater, right? Which means 1 can never be on a between line. And it can't be on a bulb either, interestingly enough. So wherever there's a between line or a bulb, actually 2 can never be on a between line. Interesting. Okay. Because if you did have a 2, if you did have a 2, it would have to have a 1 that's surrounding it in the between line. And you can't have a 1 anywhere in any of the bulbs because you always will be connected to at least one other cell of the same yin-yang parity. These are the same. So we're just going to mark these randomly. These are the same yin-yang shading. This is the same yin-yang shading as that, and this is the same as that. Actually, we know these are all the same. So this is the same as that, which is the same as all of these. Because these are the same yin-yang shading, this has to... Well, that doesn't... No, okay, never mind. This is the same as this, which is the same as that. But these cannot be the same yin-yang shading, right? If these were the same yin-yang shading, then all 4 of these would have to be orange, which means we have a 2x2 area, which is not the same shading. Oh, is there actually a difference between shaded and unshaded? It looks like there isn't. So the shading can be any different combination. But this has to be the other shading because it cannot be the same as the orange. If it were the same as the orange, again, this 2x2 area would have to be all orange because this must be connected to the other shaded or unshaded cells. So this is the opposite. This is yellow. Now, in yin-yang shading, we know once you've swapped from one color to another, it can never swap back or once it swaps one way, it can never swap. You can never have the other shading swap back on it. So what it means is, say you had orange going this way, right? And then you tried to have a yellow going here. Say it swapped here, right? You already know it swaps in one of these two areas. But say it swapped here, right? The rest of this edge has to be yellow. Because if you try to swap it back to orange here, the problem is, since the orange is orthogonally connected, it must connect somehow like this, which would block off the yellows into two separate orthogonally connected regions, right? I mean, I guess technically, okay, so this cannot be orange because then all three of these would be orange. So the yellow must go at least to here, right? Because you can't have a 2x2 space that's orange. This is orange or yellow. We're not sure which. These are all yellow, so this must be an orange here. We don't know anything about these. This is orange or yellow. Again, this cannot be all orange here because that makes a 2x2 area that's all orange. So this must be yellow up to here. That forces this to be orange because you can't have a 2x2 area that's all the same shading. These are the same shadings. And these are the same shadings as each other. What if these are all the same shadings is the question, right? Well, you know, this would then have to be the same shadings. Aha, so that doesn't work. So if these are all the same shadings, then because you know it can't swap multiple times here, it's either all orange or it's going to be all yellow. We're not sure which. But the problem is, if these are the same shading, this has to be the same shading going into here because we already have one swap here. And the other swap cannot occur in here because, again, you'd have two swaps. You'd have at least three swaps here, which doesn't work. So this would then have to be all the green shading. So these have to be different shadings here. And since this one is connected this way, and this one's connected this way, this one must be orange. So this is orange. I guess we'll make this green here, right? So the green has to go up to, well, this could be blue here. So we don't know anything about this, but this is green. We're going to shade these blue. And the blue matches essentially the orange. So we're going to make the orange blues, and the yellows we're going to make the greens. Because the shading doesn't matter which color is which shading is which. There's no differentiation between those. So these must be connected to blue. These obviously cannot be all green, so the blue has to extend to here. The rest of this must be green. And since the rest of this must be green, we know this has to be a blue. Because we can't have any 2x2 area that's all fully green. Okay, so this sees... and this sees this cell, and it sees all of these cells. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that it already sees. So this cannot be green. This must be blue. This can't be green. This must be blue. And the problem with this here, if this continues to blue here, the problem is that all these two cells both see all of these cells. And if it connects here, that would mean these are both 9. But that's not allowed because we can't have repeats in the same row. So this must be green, which makes all of this green then too. And this sees 9 greens, so must be a blue. So this is 9. This sees 8, and this must then be 9. So this is 9, which makes that 8. This has to be a blue, which this sees 9, so it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this must be a green here. This sees 2, right? It sees itself and another one. We know also part of yin-yang shading that you can never have a pattern where you have 2 that are shaded diagonally opposite each other and 2 that are unshaded, which are diagonally opposite each other. This does not work because if we try to connect this green to any other orthogonally to other green, it will break the blue into 2 separate regions no matter how hard you try, right? So say you go here, then this blue is in a separate region as this one. So this can never be green. It has to be blue. This can see 2 or 3 at most, and it cannot be 2. It must be 3 here. Then this must be 3, and it must continue on here. Similarly, here we have a 2 by 2 region, which is diagonally the same color, and this is a different color, so this must be a green, which forces this to be blue because it has to connect out to the other orthogonally connected shaded cells. So this is at least 3, but it cannot be just 3, so it must include 4. So this must be at least 4. These digits are between 3 and 9. So that leaves 4 through 8. This is at least 4, and it could be 5 or 6 also. So 4, 5, or 6 is possible there. Okay, as a region... This cannot be 2. It can't be 9 either. So it kind of has to be kind of low. Okay, so pink cannot be blue because we know, again, this has to see 4 different cells at least. Because it sees 3, and then this is the 3, so this can't be 3 at all. So if these 2 regions were blue, we would have a 2 by 2 area, which is all blue. So the pink actually is green. So those are all green. Interesting. We have a 2 by 2, we have 2 diagonally connected cells, which are green. So one of these has to be green, and one of these is blue. This is between 4, 5, 6, and 9, so this is 5, 6, 7, 8. This has to see... this has 2 digits that are in between it and 8. So therefore, it has to be at least 6 and 7, which makes this at most 5. So if this is 3, 4, 5... because it can't be higher than that, obviously, so it has to be lower. If this is 5, I guess this can't be 1 though. That's the problem. So this has to be smaller than this digit. So technically it could be what, 9, 7, could be 6 because it needs 3 unique digits in between. Well, does not have to be 3 unique. It could be 2 unique digits, so this could be 5. It cannot be 3 though. If this is 3, this would have to be 4, and these two. If this is 3, this would be 5, and you would have a 4 in between, but you would have to have another digit which is not 4 in between, and these two could not be the same. So this one always has to be higher. This one always has to be lower. This sees 5, 6, 7, or 9. That's interesting. Okay, so for boundaries, we know, oops, we're going to cover the edges as boundaries, and every yin-yang shading difference is a boundary for regions. So we know this is a boundary, this is a boundary, this is a boundary, this is a boundary. We have here, here, hmm. Okay. Hmm. This has 4 digits in between. That's interesting. Hmm. This is 2, but they could be the same one. This is 4 unique digits in between, shall I say. So that means you have 2 to 9, right? So, okay. The possibilities are 2 and 6. 2 and 6, right? No, 2 and 7 for the in-between. And this is 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 2 and 7 as possibility, 3 and 8, or 4 and 9. So this is 2, 3, 4 with 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so this can't be 9, which means this can't be 4. So these digits have to be 8 through 3, right? Well, all the digits that are in between lines have to be 8 through 3. Let's see. Right, so these are 3 through 8. 3 through 8 here. But this is actually 3 through 7 because 8 is one of the ends. So this can't be 3 either because 3 can only be one of the boundaries here. This is essentially 4 through 8. And these can't be 8 here because of this 8. This is 3 through 8. That's fine. Let's see. If this is 4, can this be 9? How is this ever 4? It can't be, right? If it connects this way, oh, I guess it could see this way. Never mind. It could connect this way. So that could potentially be something. Well, but this has to be 9 at least. And it cannot go all the way across because that would block the blue into... Okay, say it went all the way across. this blue would have to connect this way, which would mean this is 9, so this would be 7 here. This would be 4. This would all be blue here to connect to the other blues. Oh, this can't be blue because we have 3 blues here. So this must connect here to be a blue. So this 2x2 area has 3 blues, so it cannot be a blue there. It has to be green. This has 3 blues. This has 3 blues here, so these two both must be green. So these are boundaries. Therefore, this region has to be... Okay, that's interesting. This has to be a region by itself, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because it can't extend anywhere else out this way, right? This is blocked here. These two are blocked because of the 2x2 regions there. Again, we tried to extend this way. It only extends so far, right? So this is one. So if these were tried to make this separate regions, again, each region has to be fully shaded or fully unshaded. Well, if this is a separate region from this, only one of them can extend out here, and the other one would be smaller than 9 cells, which is not allowed. So this has to be all one region. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is all one region then, which means this is a separate region. So we're going to make this, I guess, yellow. The yellow essentially is a blue. Actually, we don't know. We just know with that this is a separate region, right? And this digit has to be the same as that. Okay. This digit then cannot be 2, 3, 8, or 9. So it's 1, 4, 5, 6, or 7, which is the same as this one. So this is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a separate region. We're not sure which. This sees 3, 4, 5, but it cannot see 5, because if it sees 5, it would be all 6 here in this direction. So this is specifically 3 or 4. Can this ever be 5? Actually, it can't be 5. I don't even know why I put 5 there. It has to be at least 6, because you have to have 4 or 5 here at least. These two digits are the same same shading. So and you cannot have again a two of one shading here and two of a different shading in the other diagonal. So this has to be green. Since this is green, we have 2x2 areas which have 3 green in them, so therefore they must be blue in those areas. These must be blue. That's a boundary then. This is a boundary. This sees at least 3. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. This is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. Okay. So if this is 4, can this ever be green is the question. If this is green, the problem is both of these digits would have to be 5 and greater. But the between line wouldn't work then because there are not 4 digits between 5 and 9. So this can never be green, which makes that a blue. So therefore it's blue, which means this is a boundary. This is a boundary. It could be 3, but it cannot be, again, 5. But this could be the blue, and this could be green there. So we don't know anything about that. Hmm. So this can never, well, it could be 4. It could be 3 greens this way and then 1 that way. So if this is 4, it has to be with a 9, right? It's because the 4 between lines would have to be 5 through 8 here. So if this is 4, it could be, can it ever be 2 this way? And then just 2. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that doesn't work. So it cannot be 2 this way. It has to be at least 3 here. So if this is 4, going 3 here, 1 here, that's 4. Then this would be 9. And it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the problem with that is it would block off the blue in both directions from connecting to the other blue regions. So that doesn't work. So this cannot be 4. It has to be 2 or 3. Since this sees 2 or 3, if it sees 3, it could actually connect 9 that way. So that is possible. Or it's 2. Can it be 3 that way? I guess it maybe could. 1, 2, 3. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would have to have an 8. But... So I think this has to be 2 or 3 here. And this is 7, 8, or 9, right? It cannot... It can be 3 at most that way. 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. But if this is 7, this would have to be 3, and then you have 4 digits trying to be between 3 and 7, which is not allowed. So this is always 2 or 3 here. Okay? So one of these at least is blue. We're not sure which. We could have, again, if we tried to have 3 here, this way, then this becomes, it has to be at least 8 for the between lines to work. So if we have 3 this way, then this would be 1, 2, because it could not be, this would be blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that way, but then that would block this way. So this can never be green. It has to be blue. So this is a boundary here. And it could be C3 this way or 2. Can this ever be 7? If this is 7, this has to be 2. But it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that would be 8. So this can never be 7. So this has to be 8 or 9 this way. And since it does have to be 8 or 9, can it be, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It always blocks the entire row. So it's 2, this is 6 more than this. So this is either 2, 8 or it's 3, 9. This cannot, I guess it could be It can't be 3 because it has to be... but this connects this way. This has to connect here because it has to connect to the blue somehow, to the other blues. And it could connect either here or here. We're not sure which. Either way, this is a boundary. This cannot be 3 because if this were 3, this would then be 2, but then there would be no digit in between it, or 3, and there'd still be no digit in between it. So this has to be at least 4. Therefore, this must connect this way, and therefore this must connect this way. So this must be 5. This has to be 5, which it sees 5 of the green cells. This is a region boundary. This is a region boundary. Oops, not that. This specifically is a region boundary. This is a region boundary. These digits must be specifically 3 or 4. It cannot be 5. It has to be less than 5 and greater than 2 or 3. Therefore, we have a 3, 4, 3, 4 pair in row 6, which eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the row. This can't be 3 or 4. This can't be 4. This 5 could go either way here, but this actually sees at least 7. So this is at least 7. It could be 8 or 9 also. So this has to be greater than 3, 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, or 8. And it cannot be 9, because if it sees 9, it would have to see those 2 cells, and that would be 10 cells. So this is specifically 7 or 8 here. This must be a blue, because we have 3 greens in the 2x2 area surrounding it. This cannot be 9 anymore because it sees only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it sees 2. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot be 7 because it would have to connect all the way here. So this has to specifically be 6, which forces this to be 3, which makes that a 4. Because you need 2 digits here, which must be between 3 and 6, whatever. 6 and less than 6, right? So this is 4 or 5. This sees 3. Actually, we know it sees 3, so therefore it's 3. This is 4 or 5. This has to be 4 or 5 because it's in between the 3 and the 6. So this sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. Therefore, this must be a green. This has to connect to the other blues, so this must be blue. This must connect to the other blues, so it must connect that way. And then it has to connect here to connect. This cannot be blue because of the 2x2 blue area. This cannot be blue because of the 2x2 area that has 3 blues. So this must be green. This must be green. This cannot be green because of the 2x2 area that's green. So we know these are the shaded and unshaded. This sees 6 cells, so therefore this must be 6. This sees 2, so it must be 2. This sees 8, so it must be 8, which makes that a 7, and we already knew that's 7. Okay, so these between cells cannot contain an 8. This can't be 7. This can't be 5. This is 4. This could be 3 or 4 still. This is 4 or 5 still. This can't be 5 anymore because of this 5. This can't be 5 because of that 5. Okay, so now we divide into regions. Well, these have to be the same region. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a region. So this cuts off to here. This must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as a region. And this must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as a region. What coloring do we have? I don't know. Guess we'll make it dark. Okay. This must be a region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess we'll make that light. This has to be a region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This has to be a region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a region. That will keep green. This has to be region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this must be a region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those must be the regions by yin yang. Well, this 3 is part of this region, but it's not then, it cannot be in the rest of the column. Or it cannot be in the rest of the region here. So this must be a 3. That's 3 in the corner. We celebrate. This 6 cannot be a 6 here. We have a 4, 5, 4, 5 pair in this region. Okay, let's delineate the boundaries more. So the 4 and 5 cannot be in the rest of that region. So this is 3 or 6. This region cannot contain a 6. So therefore this can't be 6. This is 7. This can't be 6 or 7. It also cannot be 4 because of the 4 in the region. This can't be 5 because there can't be another 5 in that region. This can't be 7. Oh, this has to be in between 5 and 7, so this is a 6. This can no longer be 7 here because of this 7. The rest of this white region has to be 3, 6, 1, and 9. Okay. This digit is the same as that digit because we have a region that... Okay, this 2, where is a 2 in column 9? Cannot be any of the orange regions, so it must be here. So this is a 2. This is between 2 and 8. That's fine. The remaining digit... So where is the 3 in the medium gray region? Cannot be any of these cells because of this 3. It has to be here. So this is 3, which makes this a 6. This cannot be 3 then. So this is 4 or 5. This can't be 3, so this must be 4, which makes that a 5. Which makes that 4, which makes that 5, which makes that a 4. This can't be 4 in the pink region, so this has to be 5, 6, or 7. This can't be 6 because of that 6. This can't be 4 or 6 because of that 4 or 6. 4 cannot be in the yellow region, so that can't be 4 then. This can't be 8 anymore. This has to be in between 6 and 9. And the only digit here that's possible then is a 7. This cannot be 4, 5, 6, or 7. It has to be a 1, which forces this to be a 1 then, because these digits are the same. Because whatever digit in the blue region that's not in row 9 has to be here. So this can't be 1. These can't be 7. This is a 6, 8 pair, which eliminates 6 and 8 from the rest of the row. This can't be 6, and it can't be 7, so this must be 5, which makes that a 7. This 6, 8 pair and the 5 and the 7 means this has to be a 4. This can't be 7 here. Neither can this. So this is 6 or 8. This is 5 or 8. Okay. In the light region, this can no longer have a 6. So this is 139, 139, 139. In the yellow region, we cannot have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 because of the 6, 8 pair and the 4, 5, 7 in the region. So it's 1, 2, 8, 9. Or sorry, not 1, 2, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 9. And these can't be 3 because of those 3. This can't be 2 because of that 2. So the 3 is one of these 2 digits, but we're not sure which. In the pink region, we have 1, 2, 8, 9. This can't be 2 or 8, so this is 1 or 9. This could be 1, 2, 8, 9. These can't be 2. So, and it can't be 9. So this is 1 or 8 and 1 or 8. We now have a 1, 8, 1, 8 pair in the pink region, which eliminates 1 and 8 in the rest of the region. This can't be 1. It has to be 9. This can't be 1, 8, or 9. So this must be 2, which means these cannot be 2. Where is the 2 in the yellow region? It has to be here. So this is a 2. This is 9. We have a 1, 8, 1, 8 pair, which means in row 5, the rest of the digits are 5 and 7. But this can't be 7 because of the 7 in the region, so this must be 5, which makes that a 7. These can't be 9. So because of the 1, 3, 1, 3 pair in yellow region, we cannot have a 1 in the rest of the region. So this cannot be 1. This is a 9. This has to be 5 or 8, and it can still be 5 or 8 here in the rest of row 7. The remaining digits in row 6 are 1, 6, and 8. But this can't be 6 because we already have a 6 in that region. This could be 1, 6, or 8. That's fine. We have a 1, 3, 9 triplet in column 5, which eliminates 1, 3, and 9 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 1. This has to be an 8, which makes that a 1. This 8 makes this a 6, which makes that an 8. The rest of column 4 is 2 and 8, and it could be either. The rest of column 5 has to be 2, 4, and 7. And this can't be 2, so this must be 4 or 7, which means one of these is a 2, 4, 7. But one of these has to be a 2. One of these has to be a 9 because of the 1, 3, 9 triplet. So this cannot be a 9. It can't be 1. This has to be a 3 then, which means this can't be 3. We have a 1, 9 pair in column 5, which eliminates 1 and 9 in the rest of the column. This can't be 1, so this is 3, which makes that a 1. One of these is 2. One of these is 2. So therefore, we have the 2s in both green and dark. Let's not go that path. What are the remaining digits in column 8? They are 1 and 7. So this could be 1 or 7. This could be 1 or 7. That's fine. The remaining digits in column 7 are 6, 8, and 9. This cannot be 8 or 9 here, so this must be 6, which makes this 8 or 9. Remaining digits in column 6. They are 1, 3, 4, 5. This can't be 1, so this is 3, 4, 5. This can't be 4 or 5, so it's 1, 3. This could be any of them, 1, 3, 4, 5. And this cannot be 3, so this is 1, 4, 5. Remaining digits in column 3. They are 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, and 9. Well, this can't be 6 or 9, so this is 3 or 5. This can't be 5 or 6, so this is 3 or 9. And this cannot be 3 because of 3 in the region, so this is 5, 6, or 9. But this can't be 6 because of that 6. So therefore, this is 5 or 9, but it cannot be 9 because of that 9. So this must be a 5. Because again, this digit eliminates all other that digit from any other cell in the green region, so it has to be here for row 1. So this is 5. This cannot be 5. This can't be 5, so it must be 3, which makes this 9, which makes that 6. This 9 means this can't be 9, so this is 8. which makes that 2, which makes that 8, which makes that 9. This can't be 2 anymore. This can't be 5 because of this 5 here. This can't be 5 because of that 5, so it must be 8, which makes that 5. This can no longer be 8 here. Where is the 2 now in column 5? It has to be here. This can't be 5 because of the 5 already in the region. The remaining digits must be 1, 4, or 7 in row 1. Okay, we have a 1, 3, 4 triplet in column 6, which eliminates 1, 3, and 4 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this can't be 3 or 4. This must be a 5. The remaining digits here are 4 and 7. That's fine. Oh yeah, and the remaining digits in column 2 that are not in the gray region, the dark medium gray regions, have to be 4, 7, and 3. We have a 3 here. This has to be a 4, 7 pair here. Okay. Remaining digits in row 4 are 1, 2, 4, and 9. This can't be 2 or 9, so this is 1 or 4. This cannot be 1, 4, or 9, so this must be 2 then, which makes this 1 and 9 because it can't be 4. We have a 1, 9, 1, 9 pair in row 4, which eliminates 1 and 9 in the rest of the row. Therefore, that makes this a 4. Okay. Remaining digits in column 2. One of them's a 2, and this can't be 2, so this must be 2. And we have 1, 8, 9 remaining. This cannot be 8, so this must be 1 or 9. We now have a 1, 9, 1, 9 pair in column 2, which eliminates 1 and 9 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this can't be 1, which makes that an 8, which makes that 6 and 1. Remaining digits in column 1 are 7 and 8, but this can't be 8, so this must be 7, which makes that an 8. This 9 means this can't be 9, so this is 1, which makes that 9, which makes that 1. We have a 9 here because of that. This can't be 7 so because of this 7, so this is 4, which makes that 7, which makes that 4, which makes that 7. Therefore, that's a 1. This is a 4. This 1 means this can't be 1, so this is 7. This can't be 1 also because of this 1, so this is 3. And that makes this a 1. And the remaining digit here is a 3. The remaining digit here is a 6. That's how you solve it. Pretty cool interaction, actually. The whole idea of having the yin-yang essentially drive the puzzle was very interesting, actually. Yeah, it was a very well-constructed puzzle, with the yin-yang, with figuring out what the yin-yang was, which combined with the between lines led to certain possibilities, and then constructing the regions from that, and then basically doing essentially normal Sudoku, but with the constructed region restriction. Yeah, very cool puzzle. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.